This video has been sponsored by Reolink. 7 or 8 years ago, or whenever it was now, that I was rebuilding the back of my house, I needed a whole bunch of dirt in order to backfill the new foundation that I put in. After I lifted the house up in the air, put in footers, put in the foundation wall, I had to backfill it. This house didn't come with a foundation, so I had to put one in. So I dug a giant hole right here and moved it to the back of the house to fill it in, because I needed to not have a gap, right? So we were thinking about making this a pond for years, but it's just not going to work out. It's going to be too hard to keep it to hold water, a bunch of other reasons. So I've been working on getting it filled back in with hard debris, rocks, bits of concrete, whatever, and dirt, bricks, all that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm working on today, is just going to get loads of topsoil from a buddy of mine who's doing a big construction project, and they're getting rid of a bunch of topsoil that they don't need. So I'm driving about 20 minutes to get it, and then I'm dumping it back here. After I get enough of the topsoil, I'm gonna flatten it all out and try to recapture this whole giant chunk of my yard that I haven't been able to have. I also moved my big equipment trailer up against the side of my house. Are you curious why? You'll have to stay tuned. The day after I installed the Reolink security system here, we were putting our birds away that evening. I realized that we were missing one of our muscovy ducks. I'm like, oh great, you know, did it fly off, or, you know, who knows, because they can fly and sometimes they'll flutter off and then go visit the neighbors and come back. So I'm not used to having the camera system yet. I was kind of hemming and hawing what to do, and I was like, oh yeah, duh. So I just went ahead and watched back on the camera, and yeah, it didn't fly off. It was a fox. I'll blur this part out because it got kind of gross. But I was able to see exactly which direction it came from, and then go along the fence line and find where it got through. And if I hadn't had the camera, I would not have been able to figure that out, to see what happened to it, and to block up the hole in the fence. Very, very thankful that I had the camera, just so we don't lose more birds. I am kind of bummed about losing one of our muscovies because they live for like 25 years, but hopefully we won't lose any more. One thing I really like about the security system is during the playback you can select motion only and then select just pets, which I have it set to track anything about the size of a fox or a possum or whatever. So it'll jump right to that event and keep me from having to spend an hour scrubbing through footage to try to find the event. It's just right there. It's so much easier than the other system I had. And over the past few weeks and months, we've actually seen all kinds of critters in our back area back here. Possums and great big fat raccoon, and even had an owl. That was kind of cool to see. Reolink is offering some pretty good deals right now with the Black Friday sale. If you're watching this video around Thanksgiving time, you can get a bit of money off of them, and you click the link below. You can go to my affiliate account and check that out. It's been about a month since I was able to get this all flattened out. Come here. I didn't end up recording a lot of it because it was just putting down mulch and flattening it out. I ended up using almost the entire, well, not almost, I did use the entire pile that I had. So now I've got to wait for, come here, give me that. I've got to wait for my buddy to drop more off. Very, very thankful to have that relationship, because he needs somewhere to put the mulch and I need the mulch. So it works out well. So this is all flattened out. I am so grateful to have this done. Hopefully after this starts to decay down a little bit, I'll be able to seed it. Maybe find a little bit more dirt to mix in with the mulch and regain this part of my yard. Next thing I'm going to be working on is this new little rock wall. Let me show you that. Good boy. I set my old equipment trailer right here on the side of my house for a project that I'm going to do in another video. Hope you guys check it out. I'm pretty excited about it. I've gotten a little bit of the wall done already, getting the base of it all flattened out and then starting to stack them up. I needed a way to keep this hill from, you know, falling down onto the trailer. And I have the rocks, so I figured it's a pretty good use of my time and effort to use them here. Is that good? Yeah, I think he's just happy to be alive. So I don't have the machine over here. All of these rocks are big enough that or small enough that I can lift without having to use the backhoe. Except for maybe this one. I'll have to see how that one goes. So I'm just carrying them from here over to there and setting them in. This is the dark side of my house, or the north side. So the lighting over here is terrible. And this side of my house actually never gets any sunlight at all the way up against the house. So we can't really grow anything. Molly's tried to put a couple of different things over here over the years, and they end up just getting either eaten by deer or there's zero sunlight. So I'm just gonna say forget it. I'm just gonna make it all stones because those don't need sunlight. My kid just got back from a caving trip. That's kind of cool. How'd it go?
It was pretty good. It was me and one other junior, and the rest were all freshmen.
Nice. The cave they went to has a really big drop. As soon as you get into it, how did the new freshmen do on the drop?
There was one that took like 10 minutes to get down it, but so they ended up having me perched like halfway and guiding them up and down.
Nice.
When we went forward and backward again. There was a waterfall at the end. It was nice. Good. It was wet.
Okay, bye.